Hi guys, welcome to my first vlog. I'm officially a German citizen, which seems crazy considering before moving to Stuttgart I'd only been to Germany for a week on an exchange trip, probably like 5-6 years ago now. But anyway, I'm starting to settle into my internship as a translator slash project manager at EY, which is one of the big 4 global accountancy firms. But one of the things I was really thinking about was, what do I do in my spare time? And when I was in France, I was actually volunteering outside of my placement as a brand ambassador for a charity called Action Against Hunger, which is basically like a global organisation that was, I guess, doing its part to help fight global hunger and all of the kind of traumatic associated psychological effects that these victims suffer through. And I was wondering whether or not I should be doing the same, like volunteering in Germany. Society has never been more disconnected, so volunteering is so crucial, I guess, to help transform the lives of those in need and try and reconnect society at a time where it's never been so disconnected. But on the other hand, for those of us on placement who are just churning through this 9-to-5 grind, volunteering isn't our priority. Like, after all, why did we have to sacrifice our free time to work unpaid? And it's not going to solve the global problems if just us in the world volunteers, right? Well, actually these aren't quite true. Turns out they're just popular myths. And so I think it's about time that we try to uncover all of these, or some of these myths behind volunteering outside of your placement. Myth 1, volunteering takes up too much time. So I was in two minds when I was thinking about taking on volunteering outside of my 9-to-5 placement. On the one hand, I was thinking it's just going to be impossible to try and juggle this 9-to-5 placement and then my fitness and just everything else that life throws at us. But then I kind of decided that doing something was better than doing nothing at all. Myth 2, one person just not going to make a difference. Now, for me, this is just a massive common misconception that the problem is just too big and one person won't make a change. And I can kind of see where the point is behind that. We've got to remember that everything comes from somewhere. Just think about Greta Thunberg, for example. She's what, 17 now? And already within probably about a year, she's got the entire world just listening to her. And then if you think about how you, just one person, makes an impact on your family and your friends and their lives, and before you know it, actually, you have the potential and more power and influence, I guess, to make a difference than you probably realise. Myth 3, only charities are the ones that offer volunteering opportunities. Thanks to technology, you can actually volunteer pretty much anywhere and anytime, especially if you have Wi-Fi connection. The last thing that I wanted to do when I came back from my work placement, for example in the evenings, was to sit in on this meeting that was going to last 2 or 3 hours. I did not want to do that. But there are actually placements out there where you could be like a freelance translator, for example, or there are more organisations now who want help to kind of revamp their website. Whatever it is you have the skills and interest in, you could probably approach a company in the industry, and there's a good chance, because they're not technically paying you with money, that they might say yes, and it's like a win-win. They get free help in their eyes whilst you get the experience and put it on your CV and really stand out from everyone else. And finally, the last myth is that it's hard to find a volunteering role. Don't worry, I thought this as well at first. And when I was researching my options for volunteering in France, for example, I was thinking, well, I've got to go straight to Google. And it's true that Google only took like 0.04 seconds to spout out all of these opportunities. But actually, in my area, in the place that I was living in, Bordeaux, there weren't many opportunities. What I didn't consider was that there are so many other ways of going about finding these opportunities. So I now know, for example, that you can use LinkedIn for Good. That's particularly for like the social community and for volunteering. Facebook groups, ask on Facebook, ask the locals, because a lot of these aren't actually advertised, especially in the smaller towns. What else? Just approaching companies, to be honest, and just a speculative application saying, I'd like to get experience in this industry. Would you like consider taking me on? And you never know what they're going to say. In a nutshell, it completely depends on what your motivations are and your interests are as to whether it's going to be worth volunteering and placement enough. I'm not going to tell you yes, it's worth it if you think that you're going to be mentally drained, and if you've got like an hour commute each way to work, maybe then you're better off just relaxing and resting and socialising elsewhere. But if you really want to make a career move, if you want to try and boost your well-being, or if you just really want to help do some good in the world, oh my gosh, it sounds so cliche. But anyway, there are so many reasons why I think volunteering is probably worth it. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you soon.